written and published by Stoic Guardian. Unstoppable: The Science of Passion, Perseverance, and Long-Term Success. Introduction. Success is not merely a product of innate talent or fortunate circumstances. It is forged through unwavering dedication, resilience, and a deep understanding of what drives human achievement. In Unstoppable: The Science of Passion, Perseverance, and Long-Term Success, published in 2024, we delve into the fascinating science behind grit and explore how this powerful combination of passion and perseverance shapes our path to extraordinary accomplishments. The journey to mastery in any field is rarely linear. Through extensive research and compelling real-world examples, this book illuminates the fundamental principles that enable individuals to overcome obstacles, maintain motivation, and achieve their most ambitious goals. From the practice fields of elite athletes to the laboratories of groundbreaking scientists, we uncover the common threads that bind all forms of exceptional achievement. This transformative guide challenges conventional wisdom about talent and success, offering evidence-based strategies for developing grit at any stage of life. Whether you are an educator seeking to foster resilience in students, a professional aiming to reach new heights in your career, or simply someone determined to realize your full potential, these pages contain the blueprint for building unstoppable momentum toward your goals. The principles explored here are not just theoretical. They are practical tools that have been proven effective across diverse fields and circumstances, empowering readers to transform their aspirations into reality through the science of sustained effort and passionate persistence. Chapter 1. Showing Up. Life's greatest achievements are not born from sporadic bursts of inspiration, but from the simple act of showing up day after day. This fundamental truth often eludes us in a world that glorifies overnight success and viral sensations. Yet, the most enduring accomplishments, the ones that truly shape our lives and the world around us, stem from consistent effort and unwavering dedication. Consider the story of Emily, a aspiring novelist who dreamed of publishing her first book. For years, she talked about writing, attended workshops, and filled notebooks with ideas. But it was not until she committed to writing 500 words every single day, regardless of her mood or circumstances, that her dream began to materialize. Some days, the words flowed effortlessly. Other days, each sentence felt like a battle. But Emily showed up, without fail, day after day. This commitment to showing up transcends writing. It applies to every facet of life where growth and achievement are desired. The athlete who trains relentlessly even when muscles ache and motivation wanes. The entrepreneur who faces rejection after rejection but continues to refine their pitch and seek opportunities. The artist who spends countless hours honing their craft, often in solitude, before their work graces a gallery wall. Showing up is not glamorous. It does not always feel productive or meaningful in the moment. There are days when it feels futile, when progress seems non-existent. But it is in these moments, when we choose to continue despite the lack of immediate gratification, that true growth occurs. It is the accumulation of these seemingly insignificant moments that leads to breakthroughs and mastery. The power of showing up lies not just in the act itself, but in the mindset it cultivates. It builds resilience, teaching us to push through discomfort and self-doubt. It develops discipline, training our minds to focus on long-term goals rather than short-term distractions. Most importantly, it instills a sense of self-trust. When we consistently show up for ourselves, we prove that we are capable of commitment and follow through. Showing up also creates momentum. Each time we engage in our chosen pursuit, we build upon previous efforts. Ideas connect, skills improve, and confidence grows. What once seemed impossible slowly becomes achievable, then routine. This momentum is the secret ingredient in any success story, far more potent than raw talent or luck. To harness the power of showing up, start small. Choose one area of your life where you want to see growth or change. Commit to a specific, manageable action that you can perform daily. It might be writing for 15 minutes, practicing an instrument for half an hour, or dedicating time to learn a new skill. The key is consistency, not perfection. There will be days when your efforts feel subpar, but showing up imperfectly is infinitely more valuable than not showing up at all. Remember, showing up is not about immediate results. It is about trusting the process and understanding that meaningful change takes time. Embrace the journey, celebrate small victories, and have patience with yourself. The compounding effect of your daily efforts will eventually lead to remarkable transformations, often in ways you could not have predicted. In a world of quick fixes and instant gratification, the simple act of showing up day after day is your superpower. It is the foundation upon which all great achievements are built. So, whatever your goals or dreams may be, commit to showing up. Your future self will thank you for the incredible journey you have embarked upon. One day at a time. Chapter 2. Distracted by talent. In our society's relentless pursuit of excellence, we often fall into the trap of being distracted by talent. We marvel at prodigies, celebrate natural geniuses, and sometimes use perceived lack of innate ability as an excuse for our own shortcomings. This fixation on talent, however, can be a dangerous distraction from the true drivers of success and fulfillment. The allure of talent is understandable. We witness extraordinary performances in sports, arts, or academics and attribute them solely to innate gifts. This perspective is not only misleading, but can be deeply discouraging for those who do not see themselves as naturally gifted. It creates a false dichotomy. Either you have it or you do not. Consider the case of Michael Jordan, often hailed as the greatest basketball player of all time. Many are quick to attribute his success to natural athletic ability. What is less discussed is the grueling practice regimen he maintained throughout his career. Jordan was known for his relentless work ethic, often arriving at practice before anyone else and leaving long after others had gone home. His talent was undeniable, but it was his dedication to improvement that truly set him apart. This is not to say that talent does not exist, or that it does not play a role in success. Rather, the danger lies in overemphasizing its importance at the expense of other crucial factors. When we become distracted by talent, we risk overlooking the power of effort, strategy, and perseverance. We may prematurely give up on pursuits where we do not immediately excel, robbing ourselves of the joy of growth and the satisfaction of hard-earned achievement. Moreover, the talent distraction can lead to a fixed mindset, where we believe our abilities are static and unchangeable. This mindset can be paralyzing, preventing us from taking on challenges or persisting in the face of setbacks. In contrast, adopting a growth mindset, believing that our abilities can be developed through dedication and hard work, opens up a world of possibilities. To break free from the talent distraction, we must shift our focus to the process of improvement rather than innate abilities. This means celebrating effort, embracing challenges, and viewing failures as opportunities for growth. It involves recognizing that even those we perceive as naturally talented have put in countless hours of deliberate practice to hone their skills. In education, this shift in perspective is crucial. Instead of labeling students as gifted or average, we should emphasize the value of hard work and effective learning strategies. This approach not only motivates students to push themselves, but also equips them with the tools to overcome obstacles throughout their lives. The same principle applies in professional settings. Rather than hiring based solely on perceived talent or past achievements, organizations benefit from valuing potential, work ethic, and the ability to learn and adapt. This approach fosters a culture of continuous improvement and innovation. Ultimately, freeing ourselves from the talent distraction allows us to take control of our own development. It empowers us to pursue passions and goals without the self-imposed limitations of perceived natural ability. we begin to see challenges as opportunities for growth rather than confirmations of our inadequacies. By redirecting our focus from talent to effort and growth, we open ourselves up to a world of possibilities. We recognize that greatness is not reserved for a select few blessed with extraordinary gifts, but is available to anyone willing to put in the work, embrace challenges, and persist in the face of setbacks. This perspective not only leads to greater achievement, but also to a more fulfilling and empowering approach to life and learning. Chapter 3. Effort counts twice. In the equation of success, effort is not just a variable, it is the cornerstone. The profound truth that effort counts twice challenges our conventional understanding of achievement and reshapes how we approach our goals and aspirations. This principle asserts that effort plays a dual role. It develops our skills and then puts those skills to use. In essence, effort is both the journey and the destination. To truly grasp this concept, let us dissect its implications. When we exert effort in learning or practicing a skill, we are not just performing a task, we are literally rewiring our brains. Neuroscience has shown that consistent effort creates new neural pathways, strengthening our abilities and making previously difficult tasks more manageable. This is the first count of effort, the development of skill. But effort does not stop there. Once a skill is developed, effort is what allows us to apply it effectively. The most skilled individual will still fall short if they do not put in the effort to utilize their abilities. This is the second count, the application of skill. Together, these two aspects of effort create a powerful multiplier effect on our potential for success. Consider the journey of a musician. The hours spent practicing scales, perfecting techniques, and honing their craft represent the first count of effort. This dedication builds their musical ability, improves their ear, and enhances their understanding of music theory. But it is the effort they put into composing, performing, and continually pushing their boundaries that truly brings their music to life. This second count of effort is what transforms skill into artistry. The effort counts twice principle is particularly empowering because it places the power of achievement squarely in our own hands. It suggests that our potential is not limited by innate talent or circumstances, but by our willingness to invest effort consistently over time. This perspective shifts the focus from what we are naturally good at to what we are willing to work hard for. Moreover, understanding that effort counts twice can dramatically change our approach to challenges and setbacks. Instead of viewing difficulties as signs of inadequacy, we can see them as opportunities to double down on our effort, knowing that each instance of trying is simultaneously building our capacity and moving us closer to our goals. This principle also has profound implications for how we view and nurture potential in others, particularly in educational and professional settings. By recognizing and rewarding effort over innate ability, we create environments that encourage growth, persistence, and innovation. This approach fosters resilience and a love for learning that extends far beyond any single achievement. However, it is important to note that not all effort is created equal. The most effective effort is deliberate, focused, and aligned with clear goals. It involves pushing beyond our comfort zones, seeking feedback, and continuously refining our approach. This kind of effort requires not just hard work, but smart work. Strategically directed energy that maximizes our growth and progress. Embracing the idea that effort counts twice can be transformative. It empowers us to take on challenges we might have previously deemed beyond our abilities. It encourages us to persist in the face of setbacks, knowing that our efforts are compounding in value. And perhaps most importantly, it instills a sense of control over our own development and success. As we navigate our personal and professional lives, let us carry this principle with us. Let it be a reminder that every bit of effort we invest is not just moving us toward our goals, but is simultaneously expanding our capacity to achieve them. In a world that often seems fixated on talent and quick results, understanding that effort counts twice provides a refreshing and empowering perspective on the path to success. Chapter 4. How gritty are you? Grit, that intangible quality that combines passion and perseverance for long-term goals, has emerged as a crucial factor in determining success across various domains of life. But how do we measure something as complex and multifaceted as grit? More importantly, how can we assess our own level of grit and use that knowledge to foster personal growth and achievement? The concept of grit, popularized by psychologist Angela Duckworth, challenges the notion that talent or intelligence alone are the primary predictors of success. Instead, it posits that the ability to maintain focus and effort over extended periods, especially in the face of challenges and setbacks, is a more reliable indicator of long-term achievement. This revelation has profound implications for how we approach personal development, education, and professional growth. Assessing one's own grit involves introspection and honest self-evaluation. It requires us to look beyond our immediate reactions to obstacles and examine our patterns of behavior over time. Do we tend to abandon projects when they become difficult? Or do we dig in and find ways to overcome challenges? Are we driven by a deep passion for our pursuits? Or are we easily swayed by momentary interests? One way to gauge your grit is to reflect on your past experiences. Think about a time when you faced a significant challenge or setback in pursuit of a goal. How did you respond? Did you persevere, adapting your approach and redoubling your efforts? Or did you give up, convincing yourself that the goal was not worth the struggle? Your response in such situations provides valuable insight into your current level of grit. Another aspect to consider is your approach to long-term goals. Gritty individuals tend to have a clear vision of what they want to achieve and are willing to make sacrifices in the short term to realize their long-term aspirations. They understand that meaningful accomplishments often require years of dedicated effort. If you find yourself constantly shifting focus or abandoning pursuits at the first sign of difficulty, it may indicate an area where you can cultivate more grit. It is also worth examining your attitude towards practice and improvement. Gritty individuals view practice not as a chore, but as an opportunity for growth. They embrace the concept of deliberate practice, seeking out challenges that push them beyond their current abilities. They understand that discomfort and struggle are often signs of progress, not failure. While self-reflection is valuable, there are also more structured ways to assess grit. Duckworth and her colleagues have developed the Grit Scale, a questionnaire designed to measure an individual's level of grit. This tool asks respondents to rate themselves on statements related to consistency of interests and perseverance of effort. While not definitive, such assessments can provide a starting point for understanding your own grit level and identifying areas for improvement. However, it is crucial to approach the concept of grit with nuance. Being gritty does not mean stubbornly pursuing every goal at all costs. It involves the wisdom to know when to persist and when to pivot. True grit is about maintaining commitment to overarching life goals while being flexible in the specific approaches to achieving them. Moreover, grit is not a fixed trait, but a quality that can be developed over time. Recognizing areas where you may lack grit is not a judgment, but an opportunity for growth. By consciously cultivating passion for your pursuits, developing strategies to overcome obstacles, and reframing challenges as opportunities for learning, you can increase your grittiness. Ultimately, assessing your level of grit is less about arriving at a definitive score and more about gaining self-awareness and identifying areas for personal growth. It is about understanding your own patterns of behavior and thought processes in the face of long-term challenges. This self-knowledge becomes a powerful tool for personal development, allowing you to consciously build the resilience and perseverance needed to achieve your most ambitious goals. As you reflect on your own grit, remember that the goal is not perfection, but progress. Every step taken towards becoming grittier Every challenge faced, every setback overcome, is a victory in itself. By cultivating grit, you are not just working towards specific goals, you are building a foundation for lifelong achievement and fulfillment. Chapter 5. Grit grows. The notion that grit, the combination of passion and perseverance for long-term goals, can be cultivated and expanded is a game-changer in our understanding of personal development and success. This concept, that grit grows, offers hope and empowerment to individuals at all stages of life, challenging the belief that our capacity for achievement is fixed or predetermined. The growth of grit is rooted in the broader principle of neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to form new neural connections throughout life. Just as we can strengthen our muscles through consistent exercise, we can enhance our grit through deliberate practice and mindset shifts. This biological basis for grit's malleability provides scientific backing to what many successful individuals have intuitively understood. Resilience and determination can be developed over time. One of the key ways grit grows is through the experience of overcoming challenges. Each time we face an obstacle and persist, we are not just solving a problem, we are literally rewiring our brains to be more resilient. This process creates a positive feedback loop. As we become grittier, we are more likely to take on challenges, which in turn further increases our grit. Understanding this cycle can motivate us to seek out and embrace difficulties rather than avoid them. Another crucial aspect of growing grit is the cultivation of a growth mindset. This mindset, popularized by psychologist Carol Dweck, is the belief that our abilities and intelligence can be developed through effort and learning. When we view challenges as opportunities for growth rather than threats to our self-perceived, we are more likely to persist in the face of setbacks. Adopting a growth mindset is not just about positive thinking. It is about fundamentally changing how we interpret and respond to experiences of struggle and failure. The development of grit also involves finding and nurturing passion. While perseverance is often emphasized in discussions of grit, the role of passion is equally important. Passion provides the fuel for long-term persistence. However, passion itself can be cultivated. It often grows not from a sudden epiphany, but from sustained engagement with a subject or activity. By exposing ourselves to new experiences and committing to exploration, we increase our chances of discovering and developing deep, lasting passions. Practical strategies for growing grit include setting long-term goals and breaking them down into manageable steps. This approach allows us to experience small wins along the way, reinforcing our commitment and building confidence. It is also important to develop habits that support grit, such as regular reflection on progress and setbacks, seeking feedback, and continuously refining our approach based on what we learn. The social environment plays a crucial role in the growth of grit. Surrounding ourselves with gritty individuals can inspire and motivate us to persevere. Mentors, in particular, can provide guidance, share experiences of overcoming obstacles, and offer support during challenging times. Creating or joining communities centered around shared goals or interests can provide a supportive network that encourages persistence and celebrates effort. It is important to note that growing grit is not about becoming rigid or inflexible. True grit involves the wisdom to know when to persist and when to change course. It is about maintaining commitment to overarching life goals while being adaptable in the specific approaches to achieving them. This flexibility is itself a skill that can be developed through experience and reflection. The process of growing grit is ongoing and often non-linear. There will be setbacks and moments of doubt. However, understanding that these challenges are part of the growth process can help us maintain perspective and continue moving forward. Each obstacle overcome not only brings us closer to our goals, but also strengthens our capacity for future perseverance. Cultivating grit also involves developing effective coping strategies for dealing with stress and adversity. Techniques such as mindfulness meditation, cognitive reframing, and self-compassion can be powerful tools in building emotional resilience. These practices help us manage the inevitable frustrations and disappointments that come with pursuing challenging long-term goals, allowing us to bounce back more quickly and maintain our focus. Another crucial aspect of growing grit is learning to delay gratification. In a world of instant rewards and quick fixes, the ability to forgo immediate pleasures for long-term benefits is increasingly valuable. This skill can be developed through practice, starting with small challenges and gradually taking on larger ones. As we build this capacity, we become better equipped to pursue goals that require sustained effort over extended periods. It is also important to recognize that growing grit is not about constant striving or burnout. True grit involves balancing intense effort with adequate rest and recovery. Learning to pace ourselves, celebrate small victories, and find joy in the process are all essential components of sustainable grit. This balanced approach ensures that our passion and perseverance can be maintained over the long haul. The growth of grit can be further enhanced by developing a strong sense of purpose. When our goals are aligned with our values and a broader sense of meaning, we are more likely to persist through difficulties. This connection to purpose can be cultivated through reflection, exploration of our values, and seeking ways to contribute to something larger than ourselves. Ultimately, the concept that grit grows is a powerful reminder of our capacity for change and development throughout our lives. It challenges us to view our current level of grit not as a fixed trait, but as a starting point from which we can continually improve. By embracing this mindset and actively working to cultivate our grit, we open ourselves up to greater achievements and a more fulfilling life journey. As we embark on the path of growing our grit, it is important to be patient and kind to ourselves. Like any meaningful growth, developing grit takes time and consistent effort. There will be moments of progress and moments of regression. The key is to maintain a long-term perspective, recognizing that each experience, whether perceived as a success or failure, contributes to our overall growth. In conclusion, the understanding that grit can be developed and expanded offers a powerful framework for personal growth and achievement. By actively cultivating our capacity for passion and perseverance, we not only increase our chances of reaching our goals, but also become more resilient, adaptable, and fulfilled individuals. The journey of growing grit is, in itself, a testament to the very quality it seeks to develop. A lifelong commitment to growth and self-improvement. Chapter 6. The Myth of Natural Talent. The allure of natural talent has captivated human imagination for centuries. We marvel at prodigies who seem to effortlessly master complex skills, attributing their success to an innate gift bestowed upon them at birth. This narrative of natural talent, however compelling, often obscures a more nuanced and empowering truth about human potential and achievement. The myth of natural talent suggests that greatness is predetermined, that some individuals are simply born with the ability to excel in certain areas, while others are not. This belief can be deeply entrenched, shaping our perceptions of our own capabilities and those of others. It manifests in statements like, "She's a natural athlete," or "he has a gift for mathematics," implying that these abilities are somehow innate and unattainable for those not similarly blessed. However, research in fields ranging from psychology to neuroscience increasingly challenges this notion. Studies of expert performers across various domains, be it music, sports, or academics, reveal a more complex picture. While genetic factors can play a role in predisposing individuals towards certain aptitudes, the development of exceptional skill is invariably tied to extensive, deliberate practice and dedicated effort over time. Consider the case of Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart, often held up as the quintessential musical prodigy. While Mozart's early compositions were indeed remarkable, closer examination reveals that they were heavily influenced and often revised by his father, Leopold Mozart, an accomplished musician and pedagogue. Mozart's true masterpieces came later in life, after years of intense study and practice. His genius, rather than being purely innate, was cultivated through a childhood immersed in music and relentless dedication to his craft. The danger of the natural talent myth lies in its potential to discourage effort and persistence. When we attribute success primarily to innate ability, we risk overlooking the critical role of hard work, strategy, and resilience. This can lead to a fixed mindset, where individuals believe their abilities are static and unchangeable. Such a perspective can be deeply limiting, causing people to avoid challenges for fear of revealing their perceived lack of natural talent. Moreover, the talent myth can have insidious effects on education and professional development. It may lead to the premature labeling of children as gifted or average, potentially limiting opportunities and expectations. In the workplace, it can result in a focus on identifying and nurturing high potentials, at the expense of developing the broader workforce. Debunking the myth of natural talent does not mean denying individual differences or the existence of aptitudes. Rather, it involves recognizing that exceptional performance is the result of a complex interplay between genetic predispositions, environmental factors, and, most critically, sustained, deliberate effort. This perspective is far more empowering, as it places the power of achievement largely within our control. Adopting this view shifts our focus from identifying talent to cultivating potential. It encourages a growth mindset, where challenges are seen as opportunities for learning and improvement rather than threats to our self-perceive. This approach fosters resilience, persistence, and a love for learning that can lead to remarkable achievements over time. For educators and leaders, challenging the talent myth means creating environments that value effort, perseverance, and continuous improvement. It involves providing opportunities for all individuals to develop their skills, regardless of initial performance levels. This approach not only leads to better overall outcomes, but also creates more inclusive and dynamic learning and working environments. Ultimately, dismantling the myth of natural talent opens up a world of possibilities. It empowers individuals to pursue their passions without the self-imposed limitations of perceived innate abilities. It encourages us to view our potential as dynamic and expandable, capable of growth through dedicated effort and strategic practice. As we move forward, let us embrace a more nuanced understanding of talent and achievement. Let us recognize that while we may not all start from the same point, we all have the capacity for growth and improvement. By shifting our focus from innate gifts to developed skills, we create a narrative that is not only more accurate, but also more inspiring and inclusive. In doing so, we unlock the potential for extraordinary achievement in ourselves and others, based not on the luck of genetic lottery, but on the power of human determination and the remarkable plasticity of the human brain. Chapter 7. Overcoming the Fear of Failure. Fear of failure is a universal human experience, one that can paralyze our ambitions and stifle our potential for growth. This deep-seated anxiety about not meeting expectations, whether our own or others, often prevents us from taking risks, pursuing our passions, and ultimately achieving our goals. However, overcoming this fear is not only possible, but essential for personal and professional development. The roots of fear of failure often trace back to early experiences and societal pressures. From a young age, many of us are conditioned to equate our worth with our achievements. The educational system, with its emphasis on grades and standardized testing, can reinforce the idea that failure is something to be avoided at all costs. This mindset can carry into adulthood, manifesting in career choices, relationships, and personal pursuits. Yet, the most successful and innovative individuals in history have often been those who embraced failure as a necessary part of the learning process. Thomas Edison famously remarked about his numerous attempts to invent the light bulb, "I have not failed, I've just found 1,000,000 ways that won't work." This perspective reframes failure not as an endpoint, but as a stepping stone toward success. Overcoming the fear of failure begins with a shift in mindset. It involves recognizing that failure is not a reflection of our worth as individuals, but rather an inevitable part of any meaningful endeavor. Embracing a growth mindset, as described by psychologist Carol Dweck, allows us to view challenges and setbacks as opportunities for learning and improvement, rather than as threats to our self-esteem. One practical strategy for overcoming fear of failure is to redefine what failure means to us. Instead of viewing failure as a catastrophic event, we can see it as valuable feedback. Each failure provides information about what doesn't work, bringing us one step closer to what does. This perspective transforms failure from something to be feared into a tool for refinement and progress. Another powerful approach is to practice exposure therapy, deliberately putting ourselves in situations where failure is possible. Start small, with low-stakes challenges, and gradually work up to more significant risks. This process helps desensitize us to the fear of failure and builds confidence in our ability to handle setbacks. Developing resilience is crucial in overcoming fear of failure. This involves building emotional and mental toughness to bounce back from disappointments. Techniques such as mindfulness meditation, cognitive reframing, and self-compassion can be invaluable tools in developing this resilience. They help us maintain perspective, manage negative emotions, and treat ourselves with kindness in the face of setbacks. It's also important to cultivate a support system that encourages risk-taking and provides a safety net when things don't go as planned. Surrounding ourselves with people who value growth and understand the importance of failure in the learning process can provide crucial emotional support and practical advice. Reframing our relationship with failure also involves celebrating effort and progress, not just outcomes. By acknowledging the courage it takes to try something challenging and recognizing the growth that comes from the attempt, we shift our focus from fear of failure to appreciation of the journey. Another effective strategy is to visualize and plan for potential failures. By thinking through what could go wrong and how we might respond, we demystify failure and reduce its power to intimidate us. This process, sometimes called fear setting, can help us realize that even in worst-case scenarios, we have the resources and resilience to cope and move forward. Overcoming fear of failure is not about eliminating failure from our lives. That would be both impossible and undesirable. Rather, it's about changing our relationship with failure, seeing it as a natural and valuable part of the growth process. As we learn to embrace failure, we open ourselves up to greater opportunities for learning, innovation, and personal fulfillment. Ultimately, the journey to overcome fear of failure is ongoing. It requires consistent effort, self-reflection, and a willingness to step outside our comfort zones. But with each risk taken, each setback faced, and each lesson learned, we build not only resilience, but also the confidence to pursue our dreams without being paralyzed by the possibility of failure. By reframing failure as a teacher rather than an enemy, we free ourselves to explore, create, and achieve in ways we might never have imagined. In doing so, we not only enhance our own lives, but also contribute to a culture that values growth, innovation, and the courage to try. Remember, in the grand tapestry of life, it is often our failures that weave the most interesting and valuable patterns, leading us to successes we could never have planned. Chapter 8. Interest. That spark of curiosity and engagement that draws us towards certain subjects or activities is a fundamental yet often underappreciated component of long-term success and fulfillment. Far from being a mere preference or passing fancy, genuine interest serves as the foundation for sustained motivation, deep learning, and remarkable achievements across all fields of human endeavor. The power of interest lies in its ability to fuel intrinsic motivation, the drive to engage in an activity for its own sake rather than for external rewards or pressures. When we are truly interested in something, we naturally seek to learn more, to explore deeper, and to overcome obstacles that stand in our way. This internal drive is far more sustainable and resilient than motivation derived from external factors such as grades, money, or recognition. However, the development of genuine, lasting interest is often misunderstood. Many people believe that interests are innate and fixed, that we are born with certain predispositions that determine what we will find engaging throughout our lives. While it's true that we may have natural inclinations towards certain areas, research suggests that interests are far more malleable and can be cultivated over time. The process of developing interest often begins with a spark of curiosity or a positive initial experience. But for this spark to grow into a sustained interest, it needs nurturing. This nurturing comes through engagement, learning, and overcoming challenges. As we delve deeper into a subject or activity, we discover new layers of complexity and nuance, which in turn fuels further curiosity and engagement. This creates a positive feedback loop where interest leads to learning, which deepens interest, leading to even more learning. One of the key factors in cultivating interest is the environment. Exposure to diverse experiences, ideas, and fields of knowledge increases the likelihood of finding areas that resonate with us. Educational systems and workplaces that encourage exploration and allow for autonomy in pursuing interests tend to foster more engaged and motivated individuals. It's important to recognize that developing a deep interest often requires pushing through initial periods of difficulty or boredom. The psychologist Mihai Csikszentmihalyi, known for his work on flow states, notes that interest deepens as our skills grow to match the challenges we face. This means that sometimes we need to persist in an activity even when it's not immediately rewarding, trusting that as our competence increases, so too will our enjoyment and engagement. The role of interest in learning and achievement cannot be overstated. When we are genuinely interested in a subject, we pay more attention, process information more deeply, and are more likely to persist in the face of challenges. This leads to more effective learning and higher levels of achievement. Moreover, interest makes the process of learning and working inherently rewarding, reducing the need for external motivators and making sustained effort feel less like a chore and more like a fulfilling pursuit. In the professional world, aligning our work with our interests can lead to greater job satisfaction, higher productivity, and increased creativity. People who are deeply interested in their work are more likely to go above and beyond, to innovate, and to persevere through difficulties. They are also more likely to achieve a state of flow, a highly focused mental state conducive to productivity and enjoyment. However, it's crucial to understand that maintaining interest over the long term requires effort and adaptability. As we grow and change, our interests may evolve. What once fascinated us may lose its appeal, while new areas of interest may emerge. This is a natural part of personal growth and development. The key is to remain open to new experiences and to continuously seek ways to deepen and expand our interests. For educators, parents, and leaders, fostering interest in others is a powerful way to promote learning and achievement. This involves creating environments that allow for exploration, providing challenges that match and slightly exceed current skill levels, and demonstrating genuine enthusiasm for the subject matter. It also means recognizing and nurturing individual interests even when they diverge from predetermined paths or expectations. Ultimately, cultivating and pursuing our interests is not just about achieving success in a conventional sense. It's about leading a rich, engaged, and fulfilling life. When we are deeply interested in what we do, work becomes play, learning becomes a joy, and we are more likely to make meaningful contributions to our fields and to society as a whole. As we navigate our personal and professional lives, let us not underestimate the power of interest. By actively cultivating our curiosities, remaining open to new experiences, and aligning our pursuits with our genuine interests, we set the stage for not just success, but for a life of continuous growth, engagement, and satisfaction. In a world that often emphasizes external markers of achievement, remembering the fundamental importance of interest can be truly transformative. Chapter 9. Practice. Practice, often overshadowed by the allure of talent or the drama of competition, is the silent architect of excellence. It is through deliberate, consistent practice that skills are honed, knowledge is deepened, and mastery is achieved. Yet, the concept of practice is frequently misunderstood, often reduced to mere repetition or seen as a necessary evil on the path to performance. In reality, effective practice is a complex, dynamic process that lies at the heart of all significant human achievement. The power of practice in skill development has been well documented by researchers like K. Anders Ericsson, whose work on deliberate practice has revolutionized our understanding of expertise. Deliberate practice goes beyond simple repetition. It involves focused, structured activity designed to improve performance. This type of practice pushes individuals just beyond their current abilities, provides immediate feedback, and involves high levels of concentration and effort. One of the key principles of effective practice is specificity. Rather than engaging in generalized activities, deliberate practice targets specific aspects of performance that need improvement. For a musician, this might mean isolating a difficult passage and working on it slowly, gradually increasing speed and complexity. For an athlete, it could involve breaking down a complex move into its component parts and practicing each separately before integrating them. Another crucial aspect of practice is consistency. The development of expertise is not achieved through sporadic bursts of intense activity, but through regular, sustained effort over time. This consistency allows for the gradual refinement of skills and the development of neural pathways that support expert performance. It's the accumulation of these small improvements over time that leads to significant progress. Feedback is an essential component of effective practice. Without accurate, timely feedback, it's difficult to identify areas for improvement or to gauge progress. This feedback can come from various sources: coaches, mentors, peers, or self-assessment tools. The key is that it provides clear information about performance and guides future practice efforts. The role of mindset in practice cannot be overstated. Approaching practice with a growth mindset, the belief that abilities can be developed through dedication and hard work, can significantly enhance its effectiveness. This mindset encourages individuals to embrace challenges, persist in the face of setbacks, and view effort as the path to mastery. It's important to recognize that effective practice is often challenging and not always immediately rewarding. It involves pushing beyond comfort zones, confronting weaknesses, and enduring periods of plateau where progress seems slow or non-existent. The ability to persist through these challenges is a hallmark of those who achieve high levels of expertise in their fields. The concept of deliberate practice challenges the notion of innate talent as the primary determinant of success. While natural aptitudes may provide initial advantages, it is sustained, focused practice that ultimately distinguishes top performers from their peers. This understanding democratizes excellence, suggesting that extraordinary skill is within reach of anyone willing to engage in the rigorous process of deliberate practice. In educational and professional settings, understanding the principles of effective practice can revolutionize approaches to learning and skill development. It suggests a shift away from passive learning methods towards more active, engaged forms of practice. This might involve more frequent, low-stakes assessments, opportunities for peer feedback, and structured reflection on performance. The benefits of effective practice extend beyond skill improvement. Engaging in deliberate practice can enhance self-efficacy, improve concentration, and develop resilience. The process of setting goals, working towards them, and overcoming obstacles through practice builds confidence and a sense of agency that can transfer to other areas of life. Moreover, the habits and mindset developed through effective practice, persistence, focus, self-reflection, and continuous improvement, are valuable in virtually any field or endeavor. They form the foundation for lifelong learning and adaptability, crucial skills in our rapidly changing world. As we consider the role of practice in our own lives and in the development of others, it's important to move beyond simplistic notions of practice makes perfect. Instead, we should embrace a more nuanced understanding that recognizes practice as a complex, dynamic process requiring thought, strategy, and commitment. Ultimately, mastering the art of practice is about more than achieving specific skills or performances. It's about embracing a mindset of continuous improvement, finding joy in the process of growth, and unlocking our potential for excellence. By understanding and applying the principles of effective practice, we open the door to remarkable achievements and a deeply satisfying journey of lifelong learning and development. Chapter 10. Purpose. Purpose, the sense of having a meaningful direction or goal in life, is a powerful force that can profoundly shape our actions, decisions, and overall well-being. It goes beyond mere ambition or desire for success, touching on deeper questions of meaning, contribution, and personal fulfillment. In a world often characterized by rapid change and uncertainty, having a clear sense of purpose can serve as an anchor, providing stability, motivation, and resilience in the face of challenges. The concept of purpose is deeply personal and can take many forms. For some, it might be tied to a specific career or professional goal. For others, it could be rooted in relationships, community service, or creative expression. Regardless of its specific manifestation, a strong sense of purpose shares common characteristics. It provides direction, inspires action, and connects us to something larger than ourselves. Research in psychology and neuroscience has increasingly highlighted the importance of purpose in human flourishing. Studies have shown that individuals with a clear sense of purpose tend to live longer, have better physical and mental health outcomes, and report higher levels of life satisfaction. Purpose acts as a buffer against stress and adversity, helping individuals maintain perspective and persevere through difficult times. Developing a sense of purpose is not always a straightforward process. It often involves deep self-reflection, exploration of values, and a willingness to engage with challenging questions about what truly matters to us. This journey of self-discovery can be both exhilarating and daunting, requiring courage to confront our deepest desires and fears. One common misconception is that purpose must be grand or world-changing to be valid. In reality, purpose can be found in everyday actions and roles. A parent finding purpose in nurturing their children, a teacher dedicated to inspiring young minds, or an artist committed to expressing truth through their work. All of these are powerful examples of purpose in action. The key is not the scale of the purpose, but its alignment with our core values and its ability to provide a sense of meaning and direction. Purpose also plays a crucial role in motivation and achievement. When our actions are aligned with a deeper sense of purpose, we are more likely to persist in the face of obstacles, delay gratification, and maintain focus on long-term goals. This intrinsic motivation, driven by purpose, is often more sustainable and fulfilling than motivation based solely on external rewards or pressures. In the professional realm, purpose can be a powerful driver of engagement and performance. Organizations that help employees connect their work to a larger purpose often see higher levels of productivity, creativity, and job satisfaction. This has led to a growing emphasis on purpose-driven leadership and corporate social responsibility, as businesses recognize the value of aligning organizational goals with broader societal needs. However, it's important to recognize that purpose is not static. As we grow and evolve, our sense of purpose may shift or expand. Life transitions, such as changing careers, starting a family, or entering retirement, often prompt re-evaluation of our purpose. This fluidity is natural and can be seen as an opportunity for growth and renewal, rather than a source of anxiety. Cultivating a sense of purpose involves active engagement with our lives and the world around us. It requires curiosity, openness to new experiences, and a willingness to step outside our comfort zones. Practices such as volunteering, mentoring, or engaging in creative pursuits can help us explore potential sources of purpose and meaning. Reflection and mindfulness practices can also be valuable tools in developing and maintaining a sense of purpose. Regular self-reflection allows us to check in with ourselves, ensuring that our actions remain aligned with our values and goals. Mindfulness helps us stay present and engaged, allowing us to find meaning and purpose in the here and now, rather than constantly deferring fulfillment to some future state. Education and mentorship play crucial roles in helping individuals, especially young people, discover and develop their sense of purpose. Educational systems that encourage exploration, critical thinking, and personal growth can provide fertile ground for purpose development. Mentors can offer guidance, share experiences, and help mentees connect their interests and skills to meaningful goals. Ultimately, living with purpose is about creating a life that feels authentic, meaningful, and aligned with our deepest values. It's about making conscious choices that reflect what truly matters to us, rather than simply drifting along or conforming to external expectations. While the journey to discover and live our purpose can be challenging, it offers the potential for profound fulfillment, resilience, and a sense of connection to something greater than ourselves. As we navigate the complexities of modern life, cultivating a strong sense of purpose can serve as a compass, guiding our decisions, shaping our relationships, and infusing our daily actions with meaning. It reminds us that we are not merely passive observers of our lives, but active creators of our destiny, capable of making a unique and valuable contribution to the world around us. Chapter 11. Hope. Hope, often underestimated in its power, is a fundamental force that shapes our lives, drives our actions, and colors our perception of the world. It is not mere optimism or wishful thinking, but a complex cognitive and emotional state that involves the ability to envision a better future and the belief in our capacity to work towards it. Hope is the fuel that propels us forward in the face of adversity, the light that guides us through our darkest moments. At its core, hope is about possibility. It is the belief that things can improve, that challenges can be overcome, and that our efforts can make a difference. This belief is not naive or unfounded. Rather, it is a powerful cognitive framework that influences how we approach problems, set goals, and persist in the face of obstacles. Research in psychology has shown that hope is composed of three main elements: goals, agency, and pathways. Goals provide direction and purpose, giving us something to strive for. Agency is the belief in our ability to initiate and sustain actions towards those goals. Pathways represent our capacity to generate strategies and plans to achieve our objectives. Together, these components create a mindset that is resilient, adaptable, and oriented towards growth and achievement. The impact of hope on mental health and well-being is profound. Studies have consistently shown that individuals with higher levels of hope experience less depression and anxiety, cope better with stress, and report higher levels of life satisfaction. Hope acts as a buffer against negative life events, providing resilience and the ability to bounce back from setbacks. In the realm of physical health, hope has been linked to better outcomes in various medical conditions. Patients with higher levels of hope tend to adhere better to treatment regimens, experience less pain, and show improved recovery rates. This suggests that hope is not just a psychological construct, but has tangible effects on our physical well-being. Hope plays a crucial role in education and learning. Students with higher levels of hope set more challenging goals for themselves, show greater academic achievement, and are more likely to persist in the face of academic difficulties. This underscores the importance of fostering hope in educational settings, not just as an emotional support, but as a key factor in academic success. In the professional world, hope is a powerful driver of innovation, creativity, and perseverance. Leaders who can inspire hope in their teams create more engaged, productive, and resilient organizations. Hope encourages risk-taking, problem-solving, and the ability to see opportunities where others might only see obstacles. However, it's important to distinguish hope from blind optimism. True hope is grounded in reality. It acknowledges challenges and difficulties but maintains the belief that they can be overcome. This realistic hope allows for strategic thinking, planning, and action, rather than passive waiting for things to improve on their own. Cultivating hope is an active process. It involves setting meaningful goals, developing strategies to achieve them, and maintaining the belief in our ability to overcome obstacles. Practices such as visualization, positive self-talk, and celebrating small victories can all contribute to building and maintaining hope. Storytelling and narrative play a powerful role in fostering hope. Sharing stories of resilience, triumph over adversity, and positive change can inspire hope in others. This is why representation matters in media, literature, and public discourse. Seeing others who have overcome similar challenges can ignite hope and provide models for success. In times of collective crisis or social upheaval, hope becomes even more critical. It is the force that drives social movements, inspires political change, and motivates communities to come together in the face of adversity. Leaders who can articulate a hopeful vision for the future have the power to mobilize people towards positive action and change. However, maintaining hope in the face of chronic stress, repeated setbacks, or systemic injustice can be challenging. This is where community support, mental health resources, and social structures that promote equity and opportunity become crucial. Creating environments that nurture hope is a collective responsibility that benefits individuals and society as a whole. As we navigate an increasingly complex and uncertain world, cultivating hope becomes not just a personal virtue, but a necessary skill for thriving. It allows us to face challenges with resilience, to imagine new possibilities, and to work towards a better future. Hope is not about denying the difficulties of the present, but about believing in our capacity to shape what comes next. Ultimately, hope is a choice, a decision to believe in the possibility of positive change and to act in ways that make that change more likely. By cultivating hope in ourselves and fostering it in others, we create a powerful force for personal growth, social progress, and collective well-being. In a world that often seems darkened by cynicism and despair, hope shines as a beacon, guiding us towards a brighter, more empowering future. Chapter 12. The role of identity in grit. Identity plays a pivotal role in the development and maintenance of grit, that powerful combination of passion and perseverance for long-term goals. Our sense of self, the narratives we construct about who we are and what we stand for, profoundly influences our ability to persist in the face of challenges and to maintain focus on our long-term objectives. Understanding the interplay between identity and grit offers valuable insights into how we can cultivate resilience and sustain motivation over time. At its core, identity is about self-definition, the way we see ourselves and the roles we inhabit in various aspects of our lives. When our goals and pursuits align closely with our identity, we are more likely to exhibit grit. This is because actions that reinforce our sense of self are inherently rewarding and feel authentic. For instance, someone who identifies strongly as an artist is more likely to persist through the challenges of developing their craft, because doing so affirms their identity. The concept of possible selves, developed by psychologists Hazel Marcus and Paul Nurius, is particularly relevant to the relationship between identity and grit. Possible selves are our ideas about who we might become, who we want to become, and who we fear becoming. These future-oriented self-concepts can serve as powerful motivators, guiding our behavior and helping us maintain focus on long-term goals. When we can vividly imagine our desired future self, we are more likely to exhibit the grit necessary to bridge the gap between our current and future selves. Identity also influences how we interpret and respond to setbacks and failures. Those with a growth mindset the belief that abilities can be developed through dedication and hard work, are more likely to view challenges as opportunities for learning and growth. This mindset is closely tied to identity. Individuals who see themselves as learners or improvers are more resilient in the face of obstacles because setbacks are viewed as part of the growth process rather than as threats to their self-worth. The social aspect of identity also plays a crucial role in grit. The groups we belong to and the communities we identify with can significantly influence our perseverance. When we identify strongly with a group that values persistence and hard work, we are more likely to internalize these traits and exhibit them in our own behavior. This is why finding a community of like-minded individuals can be so powerful in sustaining motivation and grit over time. However, the relationship between identity and grit is not always straightforward. Sometimes a rigid attachment to a particular identity can actually hinder grit. If our sense of self is too narrowly defined or inflexible, we may struggle to adapt to changing circumstances or to persist when our path deviates from our expectations. Developing a more fluid, adaptable sense of identity, one that incorporates growth and change, can enhance our capacity for grit. The narrative aspect of identity is particularly important in fostering grit. The stories we tell ourselves about our experiences, challenges, and successes shape our understanding of who we are and what we're capable of. Individuals who construct narratives of resilience and growth from their past experiences are more likely to approach future challenges with grit. This underscores the importance of reflection and meaning-making in developing a gritty identity. In educational and professional settings, understanding the role of identity in grit can inform more effective approaches to motivation and development. Encouraging individuals to explore and articulate their values, aspirations, and sense of purpose can help align their goals with their identity, fostering intrinsic motivation. Similarly, creating environments that allow for identity exploration and affirmation can support the development of grit. For leaders and mentors, helping others develop a gritty identity involves more than just encouraging hard work. It requires supporting individuals in discovering and articulating their values, helping them connect their efforts to a larger sense of purpose, and fostering a community that reinforces gritty behavior. It also involves modeling a growth-oriented, resilient approach to challenges and setbacks. The intersection of identity and grit also has implications for how we approach diversity and inclusion. Recognizing and valuing diverse identities and experiences can create more inclusive environments where individuals feel authentic and motivated to persist towards their goals. This is particularly important in fields where certain groups have been historically underrepresented or marginalized. As we navigate our personal and professional lives, actively shaping our identity in ways that support grit can be a powerful tool for long-term success and fulfillment. This might involve regularly reflecting on our values and goals, seeking out role models and communities that embody the qualities we aspire to, and consciously constructing narratives of growth and resilience from our experiences. Ultimately, the relationship between identity and grit highlights the deeply personal nature of perseverance and long-term achievement. By understanding and actively shaping our sense of self, we can cultivate a more resilient, passionate, and persistent approach to our goals and aspirations. In doing so, we not only increase our chances of success, but also create a more authentic and fulfilling life journey. Chapter 13. Mastering long-term motivation. Mastering long-term motivation is a crucial skill in achieving significant goals and navigating the complexities of modern life. Unlike short-term motivation, which can be fueled by immediate rewards or pressing deadlines, long-term motivation requires a deeper, more sustainable approach. It involves aligning our actions with our core values, developing resilience in the face of setbacks, and maintaining focus on distant objectives even when immediate gratification is not available. At the heart of long-term motivation is the concept of intrinsic motivation, the drive to engage in an activity because it is inherently rewarding rather than for external rewards or pressures. Intrinsic motivation is closely tied to our sense of autonomy, competence, and relatedness, as described in self-determination theory by psychologists Edward Deci and Richard Ryan. When we feel that our actions are self-directed, that we are growing in our abilities, and that we are connected to others or a larger purpose, we are more likely to sustain motivation over time. One key aspect of mastering long-term motivation is developing a clear and compelling vision of the future. This involves not just setting goals, but deeply understanding why these goals matter to us. When our objectives are aligned with our values and sense of purpose, they become more than just items on a to-do list. They become integral parts of our life's narrative. This alignment creates a powerful source of sustained motivation, helping us push through difficulties and maintain focus over extended periods. Another crucial element is the ability to break down long-term goals into manageable steps. While the ultimate objective may be years away, setting and achieving smaller, intermediate goals provides a sense of progress and accomplishment. This approach, often referred to as chunking, helps maintain motivation by providing regular doses of success and preventing overwhelm. It also allows for flexibility and adjustment as circumstances change over time. Developing a growth mindset is essential in mastering long-term motivation. This mindset, characterized by the belief that abilities can be developed through dedication and hard work, helps individuals view challenges as opportunities for learning rather than as threats. It fosters resilience in the face of setbacks and encourages a focus on progress rather than perfection. Cultivating a growth mindset involves reframing failures as learning experiences, embracing challenges, and valuing effort as a path to mastery. The role of habits in long-term motivation cannot be overstated. By developing routines and rituals that support our goals, we reduce the reliance on willpower and make progress more automatic. This might involve creating a consistent work schedule, establishing regular check-ins on long-term projects, or developing daily practices that align with our objectives. As these habits become ingrained, they create a foundation of consistent action that supports long-term motivation. Social support plays a crucial role in sustaining motivation over time. Surrounding ourselves with individuals who share our values and support our goals can provide encouragement, accountability, and inspiration. This might involve joining communities of like-minded individuals, finding mentors, or creating accountability partnerships. The power of social influence in shaping behavior and maintaining motivation is well documented in psychological research. Self-reflection and self-awareness are key tools in mastering long-term motivation. Regular reflection on our progress, challenges, and changing circumstances allows us to adjust our strategies and maintain alignment between our actions and our goals. This might involve practices such as journaling, meditation, or periodic goal reviews. By staying attuned to our internal states and external environment, we can make informed decisions about where to focus our energy and how to maintain motivation. Managing energy, not just time, is another crucial aspect of long-term motivation. Recognizing that motivation is closely tied to our physical and mental states, it's important to develop practices that support overall well-being. This includes maintaining a healthy work-life balance, getting adequate rest and exercise, and engaging in activities that recharge and inspire us. By managing our energy effectively, we create a sustainable foundation for long-term motivation. The ability to delay gratification is a key skill in maintaining long-term motivation. This involves resisting the temptation of immediate rewards in favor of working towards more significant future outcomes. Developing this ability involves practicing self-control, visualizing future benefits, and creating environments that support our long-term goals. Research, such as the famous marshmallow experiments by Walter Mischel, has shown that the ability to delay gratification is strongly correlated with long-term success in various areas of life. Adaptability is crucial in maintaining long-term motivation, especially in a rapidly changing world. This involves being willing to adjust our goals and strategies as circumstances change, while still maintaining our core values and overall direction. It requires a balance between persistence and flexibility, knowing when to push through obstacles and when to pivot to new approaches. Celebrating milestones and acknowledging progress is an often overlooked aspect of long-term motivation. While the focus is often on the end goal, recognizing and appreciating the journey itself can provide important motivational boosts. This might involve setting up reward systems for achieving intermediate goals, or simply taking time to reflect on and appreciate the progress made. Ultimately, mastering long-term motivation is about creating a sustainable approach to achieving our most important goals. It involves aligning our actions with our values, developing resilience and adaptability, and creating supportive environments and habits. By understanding and applying these principles, we can maintain the drive and focus needed to achieve significant long-term objectives, leading to greater success and fulfillment in both our personal and professional lives. Chapter 14. Parenting for Grit. Parenting for grit involves nurturing resilience, perseverance, and passion in children, equipping them with the tools to face life's challenges and pursue long-term goals. This approach to parenting goes beyond traditional notions of success, focusing instead on developing a child's capacity to overcome obstacles, learn from failures, and maintain motivation in the face of adversity. It's about raising children who are not just high achievers, but who are also resilient, adaptable, and capable of pursuing their passions with sustained effort. At the core of parenting for grit is the understanding that character is not fixed at birth, but can be developed over time through experiences and guidance. This aligns with the growth mindset concept, which posits that abilities and intelligence can be developed through effort, learning, and persistence. Parents who foster a growth mindset in their children encourage them to view challenges as opportunities for growth, rather than as threats to their self-worth. One key aspect of parenting for grit is allowing children to experience and learn from failure. While the natural instinct of many parents is to protect their children from disappointment and setbacks, controlled exposure to failure can be incredibly valuable. It teaches children that failure is a normal part of learning and growth, not a reflection of their worth or abilities. When children learn to view failure as feedback rather than as a final judgment, they become more willing to take risks, try new things, and persist in the face of difficulties. Encouraging effort over outcome is another crucial element of parenting for grit. While acknowledging achievements is important, placing too much emphasis on results can lead to a fixed mindset and fear of failure. Instead, parents can focus on praising the process, the hard work, strategies, and perseverance that children demonstrate. This approach helps children understand that their efforts and how they approach challenges are within their control and are valuable regardless of the immediate outcome. Developing intrinsic motivation is a key goal in parenting for grit. This involves helping children find and pursue their own passions, rather than imposing external expectations or rewards. When children are intrinsically motivated, they are more likely to persist in the face of challenges because their efforts are aligned with their own interests and values. Parents can support this by exposing children to a variety of experiences, encouraging exploration, and showing genuine interest in their child's pursuits. Setting high but attainable expectations is another important aspect of parenting for grit. This involves challenging children to push beyond their comfort zones, while providing the support and resources they need to meet these challenges. It's a delicate balance. Expectations that are too low fail to inspire growth, while those that are unrealistically high can lead to frustration and disengagement. The key is to gradually increase the level of challenge as the child develops their skills and confidence. Teaching problem-solving skills is crucial in developing grit. Rather than solving problems for their children, parents can guide them through the process of identifying issues, brainstorming solutions, and implementing strategies. This approach not only builds practical skills, but also instills confidence in children's ability to handle challenges independently. Modeling grit is perhaps one of the most powerful tools parents have in fostering this quality in their children. Children learn a great deal through observation and imitation. When parents demonstrate perseverance in their own lives, openly discuss their challenges and how they overcome them, and show passion for their own interests, they provide a living example of what grit looks like in action. This modeling goes beyond words, showing children that grit is a valuable and attainable quality. Creating a supportive home environment is crucial in parenting for grit. This involves providing emotional safety where children feel comfortable taking risks and making mistakes. It also means establishing routines and structures that support sustained effort towards goals. For instance, setting aside regular time for practicing skills or working on long-term projects can help children develop the habit of consistent effort. Encouraging autonomy is another key aspect of parenting for grit. Allowing children to make age-appropriate decisions and face the consequences of those decisions helps them develop a sense of agency and responsibility. This autonomy supports the development of intrinsic motivation and helps children learn to persist even when external support isn't immediately available. Teaching emotional regulation is an often overlooked but crucial component of grit. The ability to manage frustration, disappointment, and other challenging emotions is essential for maintaining long-term motivation and perseverance. Parents can help by acknowledging and validating their children's emotions while also teaching strategies for managing them effectively. Fostering a growth-oriented approach to intelligence and ability is fundamental in parenting for grit. This involves helping children understand that their brains can grow and change with effort and learning. Parents can encourage this perspective by focusing on the learning process, emphasizing improvement over time, and helping children see challenges as opportunities for brain growth. Developing a healthy relationship with failure is crucial. This involves helping children understand that failure is not a permanent condition, but a temporary state that provides valuable information. Parents can share stories of their own failures and how they learned from them, and encourage children to reflect on what they can learn from their setbacks. Encouraging goal setting and planning skills is another important aspect of parenting for grit. Teaching children how to set realistic yet challenging goals, break them down into manageable steps, and track their progress helps develop the executive function skills necessary for long-term perseverance. This process also helps children learn to delay gratification, an essential skill for maintaining motivation over time. Cultivating curiosity and a love of learning is fundamental to developing grit. When children are genuinely interested in exploring and understanding the world around them, they're more likely to persist in the face of challenges. Parents can nurture this curiosity by encouraging questions, exploring topics of interest together, and modeling their own love of learning. Building a growth-oriented praise vocabulary is important. Instead of generic praise like, "You're so smart," parents can focus on specific actions and efforts. Phrases like, "I noticed how hard you worked on that," or "You really stuck with it even when it got tough," reinforce the value of effort and perseverance. Encouraging participation in activities that naturally build grit, such as sports, music, or long-term projects, can be beneficial. These pursuits often involve regular practice, facing challenges, and working towards distant goals, all key components of developing grit. Teaching children to reframe challenges is another valuable tool, helping them see difficulties as opportunities for growth rather than insurmountable obstacles can significantly impact their approach to challenges. This might involve asking questions like, "What can you learn from this?" or "How can you use this experience to improve?" Ultimately, parenting for grit is about preparing children not just for success, but for a life of meaningful engagement and resilience. It's about equipping them with the tools to pursue their passions, overcome obstacles, and maintain motivation in the face of long-term challenges. By fostering grit, parents help their children develop not just the ability to achieve, but the capacity to lead fulfilling, purposeful lives marked by continuous growth and perseverance. Chapter 15. The playing fields of grit. The concept of grit extends far beyond the classroom or workplace, finding fertile ground in various arenas of life. These playing fields of grit offer unique opportunities for individuals to develop and demonstrate perseverance, passion, and resilience. Understanding these diverse contexts can provide valuable insights into how grit manifests and can be cultivated in different aspects of our lives. To be cultivated in different aspects of our lives, sports and athletics serve as one of the most visible and celebrated arenas for grit. The journey of an athlete from novice to expert is often marked by countless hours of practice, physical and mental challenges, and the constant push to improve. Sports teach valuable lessons about the relationship between effort and improvement, the importance of bouncing back from defeats, and the power of long-term goal setting. The story of Michael Jordan, cut from his high school basketball team only to become one of the greatest players in history, exemplifies the role of grit in athletic achievement. The arts provide another rich playing field for grit. Whether in music, painting, writing, or performing, artistic pursuits require sustained practice, the ability to handle criticism, and the persistence to refine one's craft over time. The journey of an artist often involves periods of self-doubt, creative blocks, and rejection. Yet, it's the ability to push through these challenges, to continue creating and improving, that often distinguishes successful artists. The years of practice behind a virtuoso's seemingly effortless performance, or the multiple drafts behind a best-selling novel, are testaments to the grit required in artistic endeavors. Entrepreneurship and business innovation represent another crucial arena for grit. The path of an entrepreneur is often fraught with obstacles, from securing funding to navigating market uncertainties. The ability to persist in the face of setbacks, to pivot when necessary while maintaining overall vision, and to learn from failures are all hallmarks of grit in the business world. Stories of entrepreneurs like Steve Jobs or Oprah Winfrey, who faced numerous setbacks before achieving success, illustrate the critical role of grit in entrepreneurial journeys. Academic and scientific research provide yet another playing field for grit. The pursuit of knowledge often involves years of study, experimentation, and inquiry, with no guarantee of breakthrough or recognition. Scientists and scholars must often persist through failed experiments, rejected papers, and the slow, incremental nature of discovery. The story of Marie Curie, who worked tirelessly in difficult conditions to pioneer research on radioactivity, exemplifies the grit required in scientific pursuits. Social and political activism represents a playing field where grit intersects with societal change. Activists often face entrenched opposition, slow progress, and personal risks in their pursuit of social justice or political reform. The civil rights movement in the United States, led by figures like Martin Luther King Jr., demonstrates how grit on a collective scale can drive significant societal transformations. Personal health and fitness journeys offer a more individual-focused arena for grit. Whether it's recovering from an injury, losing weight, or training for a marathon, health goals often require sustained effort over long periods, often with setbacks along the way. The stories of individuals overcoming physical limitations or transforming their health through consistent effort highlight the role of grit in personal wellness. Parenting itself is a significant playing field for grit. Raising children involves countless challenges, sleepless nights, and the need for consistent effort over many years. The ability to maintain patience, adapt to each child's needs, and persist through difficult phases all require substantial grit. Career development and professional growth provide ongoing opportunities for demonstrating grit. Navigating career changes, pursuing advanced education while working, or climbing the corporate ladder all require long-term commitment and the ability to overcome professional setbacks. Volunteer work and community service often demand grit, especially when tackling complex social issues. The ability to maintain motivation and effort in the face of slow progress or limited resources is crucial in making a lasting impact in community work. Personal relationships, whether romantic partnerships or long-term friendships, are also arenas where grit plays a vital role. Maintaining and nurturing relationships over time, working through conflicts and growing together all require sustained effort and commitment. Learning new skills or languages in adulthood is another area where grit is essential. The process of acquiring complex skills later in life often involves overcoming initial frustrations, maintaining motivation without external pressures, and persisting through plateaus in learning. Each of these playing fields offers unique challenges and opportunities for developing grit. They demonstrate that grit is not a one-size-fits-all quality, but rather a multifaceted trait that can be cultivated and expressed in various ways. By recognizing these diverse arenas, we can appreciate the many paths to developing grit and the myriad ways it contributes to achievement and fulfillment across different aspects of life. Understanding these playing fields of grit also highlights the transferable nature of this quality. Grit developed in one area, such as sports, can often be applied to challenges in other areas, like academics or career pursuits. This transferability underscores the value of cultivating grit as a general life skill, applicable across various domains and challenges. Ultimately, these diverse playing fields of grit remind us that opportunities for developing perseverance, passion, and resilience are all around us. By recognizing and engaging with these opportunities, we can continuously strengthen our capacity for grit, enhancing our ability to pursue long-term goals and navigate life's challenges across all areas of our lives. Chapter 16. A culture of grit. Creating a culture of grit involves fostering an environment where perseverance, passion, and resilience are not just individual traits, but collective values that permeate throughout a community, organization, or society. This cultural approach to grit recognizes that while individual effort is crucial, the context in which we operate plays a significant role in shaping our ability to persist and thrive in the face of challenges. At its core, a culture of grit is characterized by a shared belief in the power of effort and perseverance. It's an environment where struggle is seen not as a sign of weakness, but as a natural part of growth and achievement. This mindset shift is fundamental to creating a gritty culture, as it reframes difficulties as opportunities for learning and improvement, rather than insurmountable obstacles. In educational settings, cultivating a culture of grit involves more than just teaching students about the concept. It requires a systemic approach that embeds the principles of grit into the fabric of the learning environment. This might include curriculum design that emphasizes long-term projects and skill development, assessment methods that value progress and effort alongside outcomes, and teaching practices that encourage risk-taking and learning from failures. Workplaces can foster a culture of grit by aligning their organizational values, policies, and practices with the principles of perseverance and continuous improvement. This might involve creating reward systems that recognize effort and growth, not just results. Providing opportunities for employees to take on challenging projects and learn from setbacks. And developing leadership practices that model and encourage gritty behavior. In sports and athletics, a culture of grit is often exemplified by teams or programs that prioritize long-term development over short-term wins. Coaches who focus on effort, improvement, and resilience in the face of defeats help create an environment where athletes are more likely to persist through challenges and setbacks. The growth mindset approach popularized by psychologist Carol Dweck, is often a key component of gritty sports cultures. Community organizations can play a crucial role in fostering a culture of grit at a local level. By creating programs that challenge participants to set and work towards long-term goals, providing mentorship and support systems, and celebrating stories of perseverance, these organizations can help instill gritty values throughout a community. Media and storytelling play a significant role in shaping cultural values around grit. Narratives that highlight the process of achievement, including the struggles and setbacks along the way, can help normalize the challenges inherent in pursuing significant goals. By contrast, stories that focus solely on end results or portray success as effortless can undermine the development of a gritty culture. Leadership is crucial in establishing and maintaining a culture of grit. Leaders who model gritty behavior, share their own experiences of overcoming obstacles, and create systems that support long-term effort and growth can significantly influence the culture of their organizations or communities. This involves not just talking about grit, but embodying its principles in their actions and decision-making. Rituals and traditions can be powerful tools in reinforcing a culture of grit. Whether it's a company's annual review process that emphasizes learning and growth, a school's tradition of honoring effort and improvement, or a community's celebration of local heroes who have persevered through challenges, these practices can help embed gritty values into the cultural fabric. Language and communication play a vital role in cultivating a culture of grit. The way challenges, failures, and efforts are discussed can significantly impact how they are perceived and approached. A gritty culture uses language that frames setbacks as learning opportunities, emphasizes the value of effort and strategy, and encourages a long-term perspective. Peer influence is another crucial factor in developing a culture of grit. When perseverance and effort are valued among peers, individuals are more likely to adopt and maintain these behaviors. Creating opportunities for peer mentoring, collaborative problem-solving, and sharing of personal growth stories can help reinforce gritty norms within a group. Diversity and inclusion are important considerations in fostering a culture of grit. Recognizing and valuing diverse paths to success, understanding that challenges may differ based on individual circumstances, and ensuring that support systems are accessible to all members of a community are crucial in creating a truly inclusive, gritty culture. Balancing high expectations with strong support is key to a healthy culture of grit. While it's important to set challenging goals and maintain high standards, it's equally crucial to provide the resources, guidance, and emotional support necessary for individuals to meet these challenges. This balance helps prevent burnout and fosters sustainable, long-term grit. Flexibility and adaptability are also important aspects of a gritty culture. While persistence is valued, so too is the ability to adjust strategies, pivot when necessary, and learn from experience. A culture of grit is not about blind stubbornness, but about intelligent perseverance. Ultimately, creating a culture of grit is about fostering an environment where individuals feel empowered to take on challenges, persist through difficulties, and continually strive for growth and improvement. It's about building a collective mindset that values effort, embraces challenges, and sees setbacks as stepping stones to success. By cultivating such a culture, communities, organizations, and societies can create environments where grit thrives, enabling individuals to reach their full potential and achieve remarkable things. Chapter 17. The power of community in perseverance. The power of community in fostering perseverance is a profound and often underappreciated factor in the development of grit and long-term achievement. While grit is often viewed as an individual trait, the reality is that our ability to persist in the face of challenges is significantly influenced by the communities we are part of. Understanding and harnessing the power of community can dramatically enhance our capacity for perseverance and, ultimately, our ability to achieve significant long-term goals. At its core, community provides a support system that can bolster individual resolve, When we are part of a community that values and encourages perseverance, we are more likely to adopt and maintain these behaviors ourselves. This social reinforcement can be particularly powerful during times of difficulty or doubt, providing the emotional and practical support needed to continue pushing forward. One of the key ways community enhances perseverance is through shared goals and values. When individuals are united by common objectives or beliefs, they can draw strength and motivation from each other. This collective purpose creates a sense of accountability and responsibility, not just to oneself, but to the group as a whole. For example, a community of entrepreneurs working towards building successful businesses can provide mutual support, share resources, and offer encouragement during the inevitable challenges of startup life. Communities also serve as repositories of knowledge and experience. By being part of a community, individuals can learn from the successes and failures of others, gaining insights that can help them navigate their own challenges more effectively. This collective wisdom can be invaluable in developing strategies for overcoming obstacles and maintaining motivation over the long term. The concept of social proof plays a significant role in how communities influence perseverance. When we see others in our community persisting through difficulties and achieving their goals, it reinforces our belief in our own ability to do the same. This vicarious experience can be incredibly motivating, showing us what's possible and providing real-world examples of the benefits of perseverance. Communities can also provide practical support that makes perseverance easier. This might include sharing resources, offering skill-based assistance, or providing networking opportunities. For instance, a community of artists might share studio space, collaborate on projects, or help each other navigate the business side of their craft. This practical support can alleviate some of the burdens that might otherwise make it difficult to persist in pursuing one's goals. The role of mentorship within communities is another crucial aspect of fostering perseverance. Experienced members of a community can guide newer members, sharing their knowledge, offering perspective during challenging times, and providing a model of long-term perseverance. This intergenerational transfer of wisdom and experience can be invaluable in helping individuals develop the resilience needed for long-term success. Communities also play a vital role in celebrating successes and milestones along the journey. These celebrations, whether big or small, serve as important motivators and reminders of progress. They help maintain momentum and provide positive reinforcement for the effort invested. Moreover, sharing these successes within a community can inspire and motivate others, creating a positive cycle of achievement and perseverance. The emotional support provided by communities is perhaps one of their most powerful contributions to perseverance. Knowing that there are others who understand our struggles, who can offer empathy and encouragement, can be incredibly sustaining during difficult times. This emotional scaffolding can help individuals push through periods of doubt, frustration, or setback that might otherwise lead to giving up. Communities can also help reframe failures and setbacks in a more constructive light. By providing perspective and support, a community can help its members see challenges as learning opportunities rather than insurmountable obstacles. This shift in perspective is crucial for maintaining long-term perseverance and developing resilience. The diversity within communities can significantly enhance their power to foster perseverance. Diverse communities bring together individuals with varied experiences, skills, and perspectives. This diversity can lead to more creative problem-solving, broader networks of support, and a richer understanding of the many paths to success. It can also help challenge assumptions and broaden horizons, encouraging members to persist in new and unexpected ways. Digital communities have expanded the potential for community support in perseverance. Online forums, social media groups, and virtual meetups allow individuals to connect with like-minded others, regardless of geographical limitations. These digital communities can provide 24/7 support, access to global networks, and platforms for sharing knowledge and experiences, on a scale previously unimaginable. However, it's important to recognize that not all communities are equally effective in fostering perseverance. Communities that are overly competitive, judgmental, or negative can actually undermine individual resolve. The most effective communities in supporting perseverance are those that balance high expectations with strong support, encourage honest sharing of both successes and struggles, and maintain a focus on growth and learning. Ultimately, the power of community in perseverance lies in its ability to amplify individual efforts, provide multifaceted support, and create an environment where persistence is valued and nurtured. By actively engaging with supportive communities, individuals can significantly enhance their capacity for grit and long-term achievement. Moreover, by contributing to these communities, individuals not only strengthen their own resolve, but also play a part in fostering perseverance in others, creating a powerful cycle of mutual support and collective achievement. Chapter 18. How to stay gritty under pressure. Maintaining grit under pressure is a crucial skill that distinguishes those who can perform and persist in high-stakes situations from those who falter. Pressure, whether in the form of tight deadlines, high expectations, or critical moments, can test even the grittiest individuals. However, with the right strategies and mindset, it's possible to not only withstand pressure, but to thrive under it, using it as a catalyst for peak performance and growth. One of the fundamental aspects of staying gritty under pressure is developing a strong sense of purpose. When we have a clear understanding of why our goals matter to us, it becomes easier to maintain focus and motivation even when the going gets tough. This sense of purpose acts as an anchor, reminding us of the bigger picture when immediate challenges threaten to overwhelm us. Regularly reconnecting with our core values and long-term objectives can help reinforce this sense of purpose. Reframing pressure as a challenge rather than a threat is another powerful strategy. This cognitive shift can transform our physiological and psychological responses to pressure. When we view pressure situations as opportunities to test our skills and grow, rather than as potential for failure or judgment, we're more likely to approach them with enthusiasm and determination. This perspective aligns with the growth mindset, encouraging us to see pressure as a pathway to improvement rather than a pitfall to be avoided. Preparation is key to maintaining grit under pressure. This includes not just practical preparation, honing skills, gathering information, and planning, but also mental and emotional preparation. Visualization techniques, where we mentally rehearse successfully navigating high-pressure situations, can significantly boost our confidence and performance when we face these situations in reality. Similarly, developing routines or rituals to center ourselves before high-pressure events can help create a sense of control and familiarity. Managing our physiological responses to pressure is crucial. Techniques such as controlled breathing, progressive muscle relaxation, and mindfulness practices can help regulate our body's stress response. By learning to control our physical reactions to pressure, we can maintain clearer thinking and more stable emotions, allowing us to access our skills and knowledge more effectively. Developing strong self-talk strategies is another vital component of staying gritty under pressure. The narratives we tell ourselves in challenging moments can significantly impact our performance and resilience. Positive, encouraging self-talk that focuses on effort, learning, and growth can help maintain motivation and confidence. Phrases like, "I've prepared for this," "I can handle this challenge," or "This is an opportunity to grow," can be powerful tools in maintaining grit under pressure. Breaking down overwhelming tasks or situations into smaller, manageable steps is a practical strategy for maintaining grit under pressure. This approach, often called chunking, helps prevent feelings of being overwhelmed and allows for a more focused, step-by-step approach to challenges. By concentrating on one manageable task at a time, we can maintain momentum and build confidence through small victories. Maintaining perspective is crucial when facing high-pressure situations. It's easy to catastrophize or overestimate the consequences of failure when under stress. Regularly stepping back to assess the true importance of the situation in the grand scheme of things can help alleviate unnecessary pressure. Remembering past successes and overcome challenges can also provide valuable perspective and boost confidence. Building a strong support system is invaluable for maintaining grit under pressure. Having trusted individuals to turn to for advice, encouragement, or simply a listening ear can provide crucial emotional support during challenging times. This support network can offer perspective, share the burden of stress, and remind us of our capabilities when self-doubt creeps in. Practicing self-care is essential for sustaining grit over time, especially in high-pressure environments. This includes maintaining physical health through proper nutrition, exercise, and sleep, as well as engaging in activities that provide mental and emotional rejuvenation. Regular self-care helps build resilience and prevents burnout, allowing us to face pressure situations with renewed energy and focus. Developing the ability to focus on the present moment is another key strategy. Pressure often stems from worrying about future outcomes or dwelling on past mistakes. Mindfulness techniques that anchor us in the present can help reduce anxiety and improve our ability to respond effectively to current challenges. This present-focused approach allows us to direct our full attention and resources to the task at hand. Learning from pressure situations, whether we perceive the outcome as successful or not, is crucial for building long-term grit. After each high-pressure event, taking time to reflect on what went well, what could be improved, and what was learned can turn every experience into an opportunity for growth. This reflective practice helps build confidence and improve strategies for future challenges. Cultivating adaptability is essential for maintaining grit under pressure. Rigid thinking or an inability to adjust strategies can lead to frustration and decreased performance when faced with unexpected challenges. Developing the flexibility to pivot when necessary, while still maintaining overall goals, is a hallmark of gritty individuals who thrive under pressure. Understanding and managing our own optimal level of arousal is important for peak performance under pressure. While some level of stress can enhance performance, too much can be detrimental. Learning techniques to either increase or decrease our level of arousal to reach our personal optimal state can significantly improve our ability to perform under pressure. Developing a growth-oriented relationship with failure is crucial. Viewing failures not as final judgments but as valuable feedback and learning opportunities can help maintain grit even when outcomes don't meet expectations. This perspective allows us to bounce back more quickly from setbacks and approach future challenges with renewed determination. Practicing pressure situations in low-stakes environments can build confidence and develop coping strategies. This might involve deliberately creating challenging scenarios in training or seeking out smaller, high-pressure situations as practice for larger ones. This exposure therapy approach can help desensitize us to the effects of pressure over time. Finally, cultivating a sense of gratitude and enjoyment in the process of facing challenges can significantly enhance our ability to stay gritty under pressure. Finding aspects to appreciate even in difficult situations and learning to enjoy the process of pushing our limits can transform high-pressure situations from sources of stress to opportunities for engagement and growth. Staying gritty under pressure is not about being immune to stress or never feeling overwhelmed. Rather, it's about developing a set of strategies and mindsets that allow us to navigate high-pressure situations effectively, maintain our focus and motivation, and continue progressing towards our goals, even when the stakes are high. By incorporating these approaches and consistently working on our mental and emotional resilience, we can not only withstand pressure, but use it as a catalyst for peak performance and personal growth. Chapter 19. Conclusion. The journey to understand and cultivate grit reveals a fundamental truth about human achievement and personal growth. Success in any meaningful endeavor requires more than just talent or opportunity. It demands a unique blend of passion and perseverance that enables individuals to overcome obstacles, learn from failures, and maintain focus on long-term goals. Throughout this exploration of grit, we've uncovered several key insights that collectively paint a picture of what it means to be truly gritty. We've seen that grit is not an innate, fixed trait, but a quality that can be developed and strengthened over time. This understanding is empowering, as it places the potential for extraordinary achievement within reach of anyone willing to put in the necessary effort and dedication. The myth of natural talent has been challenged, revealing that what often appears as innate ability is, in fact, the result of sustained, deliberate practice and unwavering commitment. This realization shifts our focus from identifying and nurturing gifted individuals to creating environments and systems that support the development of grit in everyone. We've explored the crucial role of identity in fostering grit, understanding that when our goals and efforts align with our sense of self, we're more likely to persist in the face of challenges. This highlights the importance of helping individuals discover and articulate their values and passions, creating a strong foundation for gritty behavior. The power of community in nurturing perseverance has emerged as a critical factor. While grit is often viewed as an individual trait, the support, accountability, and shared wisdom found in communities can significantly enhance our ability to maintain long-term effort and overcome obstacles. We've delved into strategies for mastering long-term motivation, recognizing that sustaining effort over extended periods requires more than just willpower. It involves aligning our actions with our values, developing supportive habits, and cultivating intrinsic motivation. The importance of parenting and education in developing grit has been emphasized, highlighting the need for approaches that balance high expectations with strong support, encourage effort and learning from failures, and foster a growth mindset from an early age. We've examined how grit manifests in various playing fields of life, from sports and the arts to entrepreneurship and social activism. This diverse landscape of grit demonstrates its universal applicability and the myriad ways it contributes to achievement across different domains. The role of culture in shaping gritty behavior has been explored, underscoring the need for environments that value effort, resilience, and continuous improvement. Creating a culture of grit involves more than individual actions. It requires systemic changes in how we approach challenges, celebrate success, and view failure. Finally, we've looked at strategies for maintaining grit under pressure, recognizing that the ability to perform and persist in high-stakes situations is a crucial aspect of long-term success. These strategies emphasize the importance of preparation, mindset, and self-regulation in facing challenges. As we conclude this exploration of grit, it's important to recognize that the pursuit of grit is not about achieving perfection or never experiencing doubt or setbacks. Rather, it's about developing the resilience and passion necessary to pursue meaningful goals over the long term, learning and growing from both successes and failures along the way. The cultivation of grit offers a path to not just achievement, but to a more fulfilling and purposeful life. It encourages us to engage deeply with our passions, to view challenges as opportunities for growth, and to persist in the face of adversity. In doing so, we not only increase our chances of achieving our goals, but also develop a stronger sense of self-efficacy and purpose. As we move forward, let us carry these insights into our personal lives, our professional endeavors, and our communities. By fostering grit in ourselves and others, we can create a world where more individuals are empowered to pursue their passions, overcome obstacles, and achieve their full potential. In this way, the cultivation of grit becomes not just a personal journey, but a collective endeavor that has the power to drive positive change and progress on a broader scale. The story of grit is, ultimately, a story of human potential and the remarkable things we can achieve when we combine passion with perseverance. It reminds us that our greatest limitations are often self-imposed, and that with the right mindset, support, and sustained effort, we are capable of far more than we might initially believe. As we embrace the principles of grit in our lives and our societies, we open the door to a future rich with possibility, growth, and meaningful achievement.